Today, content has been liberated. What do I mean? First, content should never be standardized because every different kind of content, every different genre should be treated on its own. Just like anybody doing any marketing, every product has to be examined differently, marketed differently because not all products are the same. Unfortunately, content has been standardized for so long that people that suddenly, you've been let loose, but people still not used to that liberation. So the customer is really the center or the key star attraction. And I think anybody who does technology and get excited about technology for technology's sake will miss the point because you're just excited about things that the consumers may not be. So the hero, the focus point must always remain the customer. In fact, right now is the opportunity to go back to basics, re-evaluate the basics or the fundamentals, and ask yourself, given new capabilities from technology, how do you apply that? And that's what makes you successful. Because there's no point you come out with all kinds of capabilities, but the consumer says, but that's not what I want. That's not how I would like to use your service, right? And then, again, through trial and error. So some of you would know somebody like YouTube actually started out as a dating service, and then that didn't work, and then they eventually evolved and asked people to post content, and then they realized that, hey, this idea of getting people to fit in content is very well liked by everybody, and that's how they evolve. And today, the YouTube that you know is so different from what it was originally designed for, right? So again, the hero is not the technology, the hero is the customer or the consumers, and you use technology to serve the consumers or the customers. So the focus is not on technology, but on the customer. The question is, how do we use technology to serve and delight the customer? Few things I think are needed in the new world. Number one is the need to, and there's a huge opportunity in all this change and all, there's a huge opportunity for us to reinvent and lead, right? People tend to look at all the threats, but people also forget the opportunities. And I think we should really just not focus on the threats, but look at the opportunities and say, how do we seize the opportunity and then lead in that space? So, huge opportunity, reinvent and lead. But all that means we also have to do something rather difficult. All of us in the process of growing up went through a learning process. And I guess when you're in school or whatever, you're learning something, you've always said, wow, so difficult to learn this and learn that. Truth be told, learning isn't the most difficult. Unlearning or relearning is actually more difficult. Why? Because once you learn something, you're already a subject matter expert and you're quite good at something, it's very hard for you to give that up and then do it all again. Right? So if you're already good at something and someone say, hey, can you go back to basics, blank piece, do all again, and then relearn? Very difficult. But I believe in the new world, in a chaotic new environment, the ability to unlearn is absolutely critical. And not only that, also to have the humility to know that, first, you do not know it all, and second, even if you do know, the world is changing so fast that what you've just done is probably obsolete for your second project or your next project. So you need to always think about unlearning, relearning, and more important is how do you learn on the go. So to me, one key attribute to succeed in the new environment is the ability to learn on the go. So no experts, no subject matter experts, nobody say I know it all, because that's really doesn't exist in the new environment. But to be learning on the go all the time, to be honest about evaluating, if I were to do this project all again, how would I do it differently to make it even better? And that attitude is absolutely, absolutely critical in the fast-changing new world. All that we said, same old, is at risk, meaning if you're trying to do the same thing all again and hope that you will move forward, wow, that itself is a big risk, because the same old ain't going to cut it for the new environment.